What is up, Nerf Nation? I'm Naptown Nerf, and this is an unboxing and review of the Nerf Megalodon. Okay, you guys, so I have a brand new microphone set up for this camera. It also should work with my GoPro eventually once I get one more part, and I'm waiting on that in the mail. So that may not happen in this video, but should be soon. Let me know if it sounds better or worse. Hopefully it sounds better because it was not cheap. But nevertheless, let's get on with this review. So the Nerf Megalodon. I'm going to say Megalodon at some point during this video because the extra syllable there just is weird. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Megalodon, but whatever. It's definitely a pretty cool looking blaster though. Not super large for a Mega Blaster, which I think is awesome. It does have a pretty massive drum though, so it is pretty wide, but lengthwise, it's not too bad, and I think that's a good thing. It has this really neat lever action prime, which is something interesting, and we'll definitely check that out and see how good or bad that is. 20 round drum, that's pretty darn good capacity for a Mega Blaster. Does come with the original Mega Darts, not the AccuStrike Megas, unfortunately. Use official Nerf darts. Well, when it comes to Megas, you don't really have too many better options. I mean, I know you can get the AccuStrike looking Megas from NF Strike or whatever, and those are fine, but you know, getting darts from that far away is, for a Mega Blaster, unless you're using a lot of them, doesn't really necessarily make sense. It's just unfortunate those AccuStrike Megas are so expensive. But maybe someone else will come out with a cheaper version of that at some point. But nevertheless, let's crack this baby open. All right, so you get your Megalodon, you get your 20 round drum that I've already loaded the 20 Mega Darts into, and then you get some instructions. So we'll go ahead and load this guy in. I don't know if it'll be removable once we lock it in, but we will find out, I guess. Yep. Just went right in there, no issues. So there we go, pretty cool. So this has a pretty nice handle on it, actually. It's pretty good size there, very nice. The trigger feels pretty good, and this will help, you know, balance the blaster because it is pretty front heavy when you just hold it one-handed, but that up there is definitely going to help things out. It has some iron sights actually up here that you can kind of line up your shot. Very interesting, you know, and underneath the handle. I'm not sure how practical that is because you're going to be holding it like this, so I don't think you're going to be holding it like this to line up, you know, your shot. So it's more like a hip shooter and kind of, you know, spray and pray, which most Mega Blasters are, because you really have to pray hard for those to hit anything. But nevertheless, we have a sling point right here and down here, so this could be slung, and I think that's really nice because this is a blaster I could see someone slinging and using, you know, as a sidearm-ish kind of a thing. I don't know if it's not the way I would play, but people that like to carry lots of blasters, I could definitely see that being an option, so it's nice to have those. You also have one up front here, so that's good. So if you want to sling it this way, but these will probably be better than that one because having a sling over, I'm not sure how that will work with priming it, but nevertheless, we do have a priming indicator on the back here, so you'll know when you're primed. This part down here, I guess, is a grip, so I guess you could line it up and hold it there, and I guess that makes sense because this doesn't make sense. You know, I have a feeling that most people are just going to wield it like this. I do think the blaster looks pretty nice. I mean, the red, white, and gray has always been a good look, but yeah, pretty cool blaster. I think let's go ahead and fire it off a few times, see how it works. So we'll prime it back. Oh, that's actually a pretty short prime. Prime it forward. Fire. That didn't seem like it fired too hard, but maybe it was just the first shot. Prime back. Prime forward, let's go this way. That seemed better. And I believe this does have slam fire, so we'll test that out. I say that worked pretty well, and that would be pretty effective, I think, with this style of prime and a way to actually use this blaster effectively. So that's pretty darn sweet. You know what? I think let's go ahead, take this thing outside, put over the chronograph in the range, and see what kind of performance it's getting. All right, you guys, so hopefully we can get some shots over the chronograph here with the Megalodon. It has been raining a bit here, so hopefully we can get it in. It looks like the sun's coming out, so hopefully the rain is done, and we'll have a nice day here. But let's see what this thing's got. $67, 65, 66, 67, duplicate 67, pretty consistent, just under 70 FPS though. 65, 65, 65, 63. Should be getting to some AccuStrike Megas here in a second. That was only 56. 66. See if this is an AccuStrike. Yep, that was 64. 58. 60. 59. A lot straighter though, 57. 63. Well, we got a few left there, but I think that's a good test of what this thing's got. It does seem to be a tad bit underpowered for whatever reason, which it somewhat felt like that when I was shooting it indoors. It didn't seem to have quite the pop that, you know, normally I don't know what the 20 times 1 means. 20 times 1? Does that mean you get an extra 1? It's only a 20 round drum. I don't know. What's the 20 times 1 mean? If you know, let me know in the comment section. But let's go check out those ranges. Shortest one, a little past 30. We got the majority from this point forward, it seems like here, like a little past 34 feet. Quite a few here around that 34.5 to 36 foot range. A few more up here to 39, a little past 40. These two are about 41.5 feet. And then a few of the Megas that it came with, the original Megas I'll call them, are past 45 feet. That one's about at 45. This one's a little past 47. That one's about at 48. And the furthest one, I do believe, is just a little short of 50 feet. All right, filled this drum up about halfway, and we'll see what Slamfire's got. Try to hold it as level as possible. It is going to be firing from a little lower, so the ranges may not be as good because of that. But here we go. Well, when you slam fire, it's shooting on a upward angle, and the ranges and the FPS seem much better there actually. But we'll go ahead and check it out. So shortest ones are a little past 42 feet. One there at 44, just past 46. Got about 48.5, 50 foot, 53, about 54.5. 57, and the furthest one all the way up here at 61 feet. So yeah, those were obviously flying at a slight angle. Oh no, we got two more up here. I totally didn't see those. Wow, those really flew. So yeah, that's pretty good right there. 67 and almost 73 feet. So I would say that it actually performs better in slam fire for whatever reason. It seems to be shooting a little harder and definitely getting better ranges. Even though they were slightly angled there, I still think it was shooting a little harder. So let's go back inside and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, you guys. So the Megalodon is, you know, a decent Mega Blaster, I think. You know, I definitely think it's something that, like most Mega Blasters, has to be fit to that person's play style or, you know, just style in general. This blaster is definitely not for everyone. It is, you know, a weird way to hold your blaster. It's kind of a hip shooter. If you like that style, I think this is a pretty good blaster. It's not really something you can line up and just, you know, fire, you know, a single shot and try to take out your opponents, but I wouldn't say most Mega Blasters are. And I think that's what makes this thing pretty sweet, is the ability to slam fire and just spray Mega Darts downrange. And it definitely does that effectively. It's pretty easy to top off, although I don't really like that you can't really rotate through the cylinder just by spinning it freely. It doesn't really spin freely, and when I've made it do that, it doesn't sound very good. And I'll show you that real quick just to, for example, like it is pretty clunky and it sounds like it's gonna break if you do that. So I wouldn't recommend doing that, which is a little unfortunate. It'd be nice to just be able to spin this, load up, you know, the darts where you want to load it up, and then just, you know, take aim. So pretty cool blaster, definitely comfortable grip. It is very front heavy, so, you know, you pretty much do have to hold this with two hands. This is a little weird to me, honestly. It just doesn't feel right to fire the blaster this way. This makes much more sense, but, you know, if you think this is a sweet blaster and you want to pick one up, there will be a buy link in the description box below, as always. That link will also help out the channel, so I'd greatly appreciate it. A like would greatly help out the channel, so if you could leave me a like, that would be awesome. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Ring the bell for notifications. And as always, guys, peace out.